Congratulations to the New York Knicks winning their first championship in over 50 years. They defeated the San Antonio Spurs in Game 5, 94-90, winning this series 4-1. Incredible performance by the MVP of the series, Jalen Brunson. He left it all on the court. You could tell he wanted to win this series tonight and get it over with. He played the entire game, almost 41 minutes, 45 points, 14 of 27 shooting, 4-7 from three, got to the line 15 times, knocking down 13 free throws. He grabbed 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, and he was plus 10 on the court. Karl-Anthony Towns fouled out in this game. OG Anunoby, he was in foul trouble. He was one foul away from being, taken out of the game. But they were still able to, get big points out of Josh Hart, who was plus 15. He knocked down 13 points, hitting 50% from the three. Mikal Bridges, man, he chimed in 14 points. And hit one free throw. He had 2 attempts in crunch time. And he didn't have many attempts in this entire series, so he had to really step up to the plate, and he knocked down 1 out of 2, which was good. Mitchell Robinson, he didn't score but 1 bucket, but he got a lot of great rebounds. He caught 10 rebounds, man, and that's what he was, supposed to do for this team. You got to play your role, man, and be the best player in your role, and that's how you win championships, man. This game, it was just like all the other games, man. It was a thriller by the end of the game. Knicks started off flat. They didn't even score 21 points in the first quarter. They only scored 13. They lost that first quarter by 10. Second quarter, they caught up to speed, man, and won 24-19. Third quarter was went to the Spurs 30-28, and in the fourth quarter, they put BTA on them, man, and got away with it 29-18. I just want to say, man, that I think the Spurs should fire Mitch Johnson. I just don't think that he can be the head coach for the Spurs organization moving forward. He might need to just start over somewhere else, man, because the mistakes he made in this series, you just can't make those kind of mistakes. I mean, from analysts to just your average Joes on the internet chiming in, everybody knew that Dylan Harper should have started over De'Aaron Fox. De'Aaron Fox should have came off the bench, and even then, he might not even should have played at times in the series, because in this game specifically, De'Aaron Fox really shot them to another L. In this series, man, like. He did get some good looks. I'll say that. Like, some of the shots he took were good looks, but Dylan Harper was just a better player. And the lineup he played with, what was the final slot? The man had Dylan Harper, Stephon Castle, and De'Aaron Fox on the court. No, man, like, it just wasn't smart basketball, man. And I guess he was just scared. He sold his soul to De'Aaron Fox and ended up in the foxhole. It was terrible. Wemby, I'm extremely disappointed in, his character, because, it was so much hate on SGA last month, and people were saying how, it was so rigged for him. But I picked the Spurs to win this series because I knew the referees was going to do everything in their power to, make him the face of the league and give him this championship. And he technically had it in the palm of his hands and lost his championship in seconds. When you break down the footage from each game, they always started off fast and had, substantial leads in the game. And then they just, choked the game away as in the second half. And Wemby, he stepped on Jalen Brunson's ankle in this game. He should have been ejected. Like, they gave that man so many passes. And then as soon as they lost, he didn't even go and shake none of them dudes' hand. He walked off. And it's just like, come on, bro. Like, it's hard to root for somebody who move like that. Then you out here doing dirty plays, and everybody's saying Wemby done took some hits. It's like, man, everybody who that big, people gonna be physical with you like that. And a lot of them plays ain't really dirty, you know. They gotta do that because the dude like 7'5". Like what? How can you defend somebody like that? But all that hitting people in the jaw and smacking people head down and stepping on their ankles, you know, it goes back to what the Bible said, man, about how David defeated Goliath. Jalen Brunson was David, and Wemby was Goliath, and he got defeated, man. Jalen Brunson kept his composure, man, throughout this entire series, man, because he knew he was going to have to be needed on the court. And he got the last laugh. He won on their home court. Then it was a full circle moment for Mike Brown because, you know, he used to coach for the Spurs. So, you know, he won, you know, in his old building. I was happy for Jose Alvarado. I was watching him back when he played for New Orleans, and I always felt like, I was like, man, he just got the heart, man. He got the heart of a champion. But I didn't really think he would win a championship this soon. I thought it might. I mean, you can't predict stuff like that really in the NBA, man. But when I found out he was getting acquired by the Knicks, I said, man, that just feels like where he's supposed to be. It just fit his attitude. I remember saying that on Twitter. I was like, that's a great acquisition, and it panned out for him. Karl-Anthony Towns. I'm glad that he won his championship, but the league did him dirty in this series against Wemby because a lot of those foul calls were so irresponsible. But you know, he still was very physical against Wemby, and he got the last, you know, he got to hold the trophy up. So I guess you say he got the last laugh. Despite him fouling out in this game, he did get 10 rebounds. And he got a block, and he had 3 steals, but he only had 2 points, and he attempted 7 shots. But his last foul that made him foul out wasn't even a foul. But whatever, they still won. Landry Shamet, he had a great performance, man, throughout the playoff series. Jordan Clarkson is a former 6th man of the year. So, you know, it's a lot of great players, man. OG Anunoby, he didn't play when Toronto won. And now people are saying, like, wow, just imagine if that roster stayed together with Kawhi, past Siakam and OG Anunoby, like Fred VanVleet. Like, that was, looking back, man, that was a stacked roster, man, over there. Josh Hart, you know, Jalen Brunson, Mikal Bridges, they're all from Villanova and won a chip. So, you know, it's just a lot of great storylines. Then you had Spike Lee, who's been a lifelong Knicks fan. He deserves a ring. And somebody else was there shooting a documentary. So, man, they're etched in history now. It's going to be phenomenal to see the documentaries in the future because watching this series, man, it was just it was soulful, man, seeing all these great entertainers and, you know, former players, man, Melo, J.R. Smith, Patrick Ewing, Walt Frazier, you know, John Starks, Latrell Sprewell, Stephon Marbury, all these great New York Knicks, man, like, they're a real fraternity and it's a real brotherhood. So Charles Oakley as well. So like seeing all those dudes, man, witness this and the energy, how they was always supporting, that's just great to see. But I'm looking forward to the aftermath of what's going to happen with the Spurs now because they have taken some bad championship losses, man, as a franchise. And now that they had the rematch with the Knicks and lost the way they did, I really expect some major switch ups, man, with personnel, man. I know De'Aaron Fox is gonna be gone. I know Dylan Harper gonna end up being a starter. But I really wonder what they're gonna do with Mitch Johnson because it was absolutely devastating. The decisions he made that affected this team. But once again, man, congratulations to the New York Knicks, man. This has been a great NBA season, man. But I know this off season is going to be nothing but fireworks, man. Y'all drop a comment and give me your thoughts, man. If you made this far to the video, I want to thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe to the God Level Genius YouTube channel. Hit the notification bell. Be God Level, the genius is in you.